Why do they think Africa is full of starving children? Corey, you've never been to Africa, so I'll let you answer that one.
Okay.
Chance, a moment to visit Africa, Ghana, Lagos, Tanzania, Ethiopia, then you should take that chance. There's nothing like being surrounded by black people, understanding your culture.
First of all, Africa everywhere is a beautiful place, okay? And a lot of people in America don't know this. A lot of black people in America don't know this.
All right, what is the worst accent in the entire world?
African.
What voting rights?
Yeah.
That we have less voting rights here. What about in Kenya, where pregnant women can't leave the house, so they absolutely have no constructive right to vote?
She's literally, confidently lying about Kenya.
Why do they think Africa is full of starving children? Corey, you've never been to Africa, so I'll let you answer that one.
Okay. I haven't been to Africa. I really want to go. Why do they think that? Because it's about representation, what you see. So like if you go by like the African representation in American media, it is starving kids with their rib cages showing. You would assume that people that there's no skyscrapers.
So that's
you would
all
assume
they
that
show you?
Literally. Wow. Now I don't have cable.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all they show you.
So this day, I thought this used to be like.
Yeah, because it's social media now, bro. Like,
No, it's the
We
black-
get it. It's empty. You know, there's not to bang it on the table.
In America, it's like slave movies, the kids with the rib cages, and Wakanda.
that's it.
That's it.
So at school, they don't tell you about like what's going on in Africa. Like,
No,
shit, bro. that's
not even kinda. The only time Africa pops up in like the news is it's war torn.
Yo,
It's like Baghdad. That's like the American media representation.
so when you see like a Tyler, Black Coffee, Trevor Noah, like, are you like,
I mean,
Where
they're
did they come from?
yeah?
Which Africa are they from? I feel like curious.
Because they look fed.
Where's the ribs? Where's the ribs? Shut the fucking ribs if you're African.
Prove it.
I mean, it's funny because that's a great question. Because and like as a black person, as an educated black person, I'm aware that this is not what I see is not what I'm getting.
Of course.
It's not what I see is not what I see is not what is. But yeah, then that's a good question to people who think that it's all starving children.
First of all, Africa everywhere is a beautiful place, okay? And a lot of people in America don't know this. A lot of black people in America don't know this, because they always show, a very poor side of it. So when I got to go to, Joburg and Durban and all of these places, Tanzania, it's actually beautiful. And we can actually visit and we can have a good time.
All right, what is the worst accent in the entire world?
African.
The African accent. Why is that?
You can't understand what he said.
Wait, what?
That is not. Let work. You do it. He did it. Join. No. Join. No, join. Join. Sorry, I can't help you.
Okay, it's okay. Thank you all so much.
This is a message to any black person worldwide. I think if you are going on vacation to Tulum and Cabo, that's great. But if you have an opportunity, a chance, a moment to visit Africa, Ghana, Lagos, Tanzania, Ethiopia, then you should take that chance. There's nothing like being surrounded by black people, understanding your culture, feeling welcome, feeling safe. It's nothing like what America will teach you that it is. It's something that what we learned about is it's better, it's bigger, it's beautiful, the people are kind. So I encourage you to go understand your roots, find your people, and love them the way that they would love you. Wow.
What voting rights?
Yeah.
That we have less voting rights here. What about in Kenya, where pregnant women can't leave the house, so they absolutely have no constructive right to vote?
She's literally, confidently lying about Kenya. And this is the problem. This is the same problem that Nas and Damian Mali were talking about. Mainstream media always putting the worst about Africa in display, trying to insinuate that Africa is a continent full of uncivilized, uncouth, and barbaric people. And they let such news go around in mainstream media with zero objection, and yet it is false.
But to go to Africa and everything that we only saw images of wasn't there. And it was, that make you cry. Like, as ignorant as this is, when we first was going to Africa, they was like, Griff, you ready to go to Africa? And I was like, no. They was like, why are you going to motherland? I said, I don't want no flies in my eyes. Because
Which
in
one is the fly?
America, they still, TT, they still show these commercials with these white people walking through these villages, right? And it's probably a set like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they did
Bring in the
outside.
sand.
But the
Sand
white
don't
people was
open.
walking through the village and they stepping over kids and they're looking in the camera and they're like, I know. For 30 cents a day.
You could save one of these kids.
And then they put the camera on the kid and the camera got 6 flies on the eyeball, like
Which one is this one?
rugby, like on the eyeball. And I feel like the cameraman can say, fly, we trying to.
But he chose to keep the shot.
Yeah, so when you hear, so the only image is, and then you feel so ignorant. You feel so mad immediately at America, like immediately, like you wouldn't, I mean, Cape Town, guys, come on.
Come on.
First of all,
It's Cape
South
Town.
Africa.
African Americans are telling me in my comments, because I'm not from here, I don't have the right to speak about them. I've heard too many times that African Americans believe that we Africans look down upon them when we come to this country, that we think we're better than them. It's false. When we were young in Africa, we worshipped African Americans. Yes. We changed our names to African Americans. My friends in school were called Jim Brown, Black Moses. Yes.
Wow.
I was called Superfly.
Okay.
Yes.
Go King.
Blacks in Africa, the barbershop, we go to barbershop until blacks started wearing afro and we stopped and we started wearing afro.
Really?
We blacks hated our own fabric, the dashiki, until African Americans made it popular in the 70s and we all started wearing it back. As a case, I had his albums. We've watched all the movies. Kool-Aid High, TNT Jackson, A Hell Up in Harlem, Detroit 9000, Truck Turner, you name it. And then we go home and we're trying to practice how they speak and all that. That was when we were in Africa. Ask any African who went through the 60s and 70s. They'll tell you, oh, we love them. Maya Angelou moved to Ghana. And she was like a sister. 14 years she lived in Ghana. Her son had an accident and broke his leg and arm in Ghana. African Americans are telling me in my comments, because I'm not from here, I don't have the right to speak about them. Do you know W.E.B. Du Bois? Do you know where he died? He died in Ghana, was buried in Ghana, and Nkrumah built a center for Pan-African Studies. He came to Africa, the first black PhD holder from Harvard, W.E.B. He came to Ghana, Africa, to tell us that our best way is to be Pan-Africanist. We listened to him. We didn't tell him, who are you to come from the United States and tell us what to do? There's a guy called Kwame Ture. He was formerly called Stokely Carmichael. He's the one who came up with Black Power, Black Power. Do you know where he is right now? In Guinea, in Africa, with pistols on his hip. But you go into my comments, African Americans are saying, I don't know anything about them. Hear me. Know you, the African Americans, more than you know yourself. Why? Because I am coming from the place where they brought you from. So when I got here and I looked at you, I see too much of us in you, and that's why we stay away from you.
Bro, I'm reaching out to the African community. Why don't y'all like us? Because when I be at work and I be trying to talk to the African people, it always seems like they be like looking at me funny or side-eyeing me. And at first I was thinking maybe they just don't understand me that well. Maybe they're not well acquainted with the way we speak or something. I don't know. But somebody brought it to my attention that they just don't like African-American people. And I didn't believe it at first. But then I started noticing certain little things. One of my coworkers was like, if you notice, they always cool with the white people. They love white people. I'm like, no, I don't think it's that. Like, it's no way they like white people more than they like us. That don't even make sense. I'll never forget. I was walking down this long pathway at my job. It's like a long pathway. And I see somebody just running this way like super, super fast. And it was an African. And I'm sitting there watching this, and she's a beautiful African lady, like super beautiful. Like, but she running this way. I'm looking like, what's she running from? It's a white dude behind her chasing her, and they both just laughing and giggling. I'm like, ain't that the same girl I was just trying to talk to yesterday, and she act like she couldn't understand nothing I was saying? How she having so much fun talking to this white man, but she can't be cool with me? Like, that's insane. Like, why don't y'all like us? Like, what is it that y'all don't like about us? I thought we was cool. And then as time went on, more and more, like, down the line, I'm starting to peep, like, this is a reoccurring pattern. Like, it keep on happening. I'm starting to peep that ain't no Africans trying to talk to me. They all act funny towards me, but they do be messing with the white people. And I'm like, bruh, that's a real thing? Like, I used to hear people say it, but I didn't really believe it. Like, I'm not the type of person that just hears something and just believe it automatically. Like, I gotta see for myself. And once I really seen it, like this same African lady I was just trying to talk to yesterday, not being flirtatious, not being weird or nothing, like regular conversation, just trying to, you know what I mean, help make the day go by, like not even saying nothing bad or nothing. This same lady who wouldn't even give me a conversation was being chased down by a white man, laughing and giggling. I couldn't believe it. Why don't y'all like us? I understand we're a little bit Americanized and everything like that, and we're a little bit brainwashed, and you know, we can be ignorant at times, but every African American is not like that. I don't like to see myself as an ignorant person who runs around starting I don't do that. You know what I mean? I don't do that at all. So I don't understand. It's very frustrating. I don't even want to talk about it no more. But hey, have y'all ever experienced that?